another YouTube video. Today I am at work, like most days. Either that or you think that I have a metric shit ton of sombreros at my house. But no, in fact, I am at work and I have a story to tell you, which is why we're filming this video. And as you can imagine, it involves one of the many strange characters that this kind of business attracts. So there I was one day, just working by myself, and in comes this man, quite seriously in the store. He looked like he had a purpose when he came in, and he just started in right off the bat, and he said, "Listen, me and my girl are getting married, and I need a really slutty fairy costume." And I was like, I fail to see what getting married and the fairy costume have to do with each other, but okay, it's not my job to ask questions. It is my job to show you fairy costumes. So I got out the catalogs and I opened the catalogs, and we're, looking at fairies and talking about fairies, and we had to have like a very serious discussion about the fairies and like the merits of some versus, the cons of the others, and which ones were sexier than others and why. And I'm just like, this is a lot of contemplation about a fairy suit. And he made me like call companies and check stock and look up prices. And, the further this went along, I realized that like, this man has no intention of buying a fairy costume. Like, he is wasting my time. And all of a sudden he just like changed. He's like, "Do you have any tattoos?" And I was like that, you can see that I do. Why are you asking me that? And he's like, "I like tattoos." And I'm like, good for you. Me too, I guess. And he's like, "Do you like guns?" And I was like, no, not particularly, no. This conversation is taking a stranger turn than I expected. And he's like, "I love guns. I've held this type of gun and this type of gun, and like, guns are amazing. And check this out." At which point he like rips his shirt up, and he's got a round belly, and he's holding his shirt up, and he has a gigantic gun tattoo. Like, it was his entire belly. Like, it went from his pants to like just under his nipples and like all the way across. Like, it was a gigantic gun tattoo. But because his belly was curved, the gun was like curved around it and like very weird and distorted looking. And he's telling me all about what type of gun this is, and like, he got to hold that gun one time and he got to shoot that gun, and he wants to get more gun tattoos. And I'm like, great. If that's what you're into, like, you go for it. You get more gun tattoos. And he's like, "Also, I think I should dye my hair." And I was like, "Yeah, sure. Whatever floats your boat. Dye your hair. Go ahead. Get more gun tattoos and dye your hair." And he was quite light-haired. He was a sandy-haired fellow. And he's like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna dye my hair dark." And he had a mustache. And he's like, "I think I'm gonna shave my mustache down, dye it dark, and also dye my hair dark." And I was like Charlie Chaplin? Because like, what are you gonna say, right? Like, who else looks like that? And I was like Charlie Chaplin? Completely seriously. The guy looks at me and is like, "No, I was thinking more like Hitler. Like, if I'm gonna bother like dyeing my hair, like, I may as well look like my idol." And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the actual fuck? Like, first of all, who has the balls to like admit that in public? Second of all, you should never say that ever. Like, that's something you keep to yourself if it's true, and like, it's true for nobody. Like, everybody knows that Hitler is one of the most evil fucks that's ever walked the face of the planet. So like, why would you say that in a retail store to a random girl that you don't know? And then I'm like, how do I interact with you now? So I just decided to not interact with him. I busied myself with the very interesting sexy fairy costumes and contemplated them while he sort of awkwardly just stayed silent. And then he looked at me and he's like, "Well, gotta go. Got an appointment at the food bank. See you later." And I was like, out the door. Just like he came in. And I was like, what the fuck kind of interaction was that? It went from like fairy costumes to guns to Hitler in a matter of like 5 minutes. And then he just left. And I didn't quite know what to make of that. I did not know what to make of that. But like, these are the kind of people that occasionally come in the store. So I thought I would share my weird experience with you, and the joys of retail. What can I say? And I bet that a lot of you out there have retail jobs too, and you have also experienced like weird customers. So if you've got any super weird stories, tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I hope you enjoyed my weird retail story. And if you did, if you could give my video a thumbs up, that would be wonderful. If you want to subscribe to my channel, that would be even more wonderful. If you want to follow me on social media, I'm under Madame_Absinthe on Instagram and also on Twitter. On Instagram, I mostly post like outfits. Not that it's that great today, but you know. Twitter is mostly like sewing in progress / weird shit like that happens to me. Sometimes I post it on Twitter if you want to read about that stuff. If you want to ring the bell for notifications, you can get more YouTube videos right away when I post them. Maybe it'll be more weird stories. Maybe it'll be me cooking something horrible. Who knows? It could be anything. You won't know unless you ring the bell, will you? So that's it. Please like, please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, follow me on social media, and hopefully I will be able to tell you more very strange retail stories shortly.